John's the Ramen Raider coming at you with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. And today we've got something fancy. Marutai. If you haven't tried Marutai stuff, you're going to be enjoying this. This is a Hakata Tonkotsu style noodles and original flavored soup. And this comes from Japan, and this I found at Wajimaya in beautiful downtown Bellevue, Washington. The first one I went to was in, what do you call it? Was in Seattle. And that's where, if it wasn't for that place, I would never have started reviewing instant. So that's just a little thing for you to know. I may have, I don't know. And we got a bundle of straight noodle. Bring it on into the Wawa. And that's gonna go for 2 minutes. According to direction, and it's gonna not boil as hard as it can, that's for sure. So yeah, here's my backstory on doing all this. When I was a kid, my mom would make me for breakfast sometimes. She would get this stuff called roasted ramen, and then she would fry it. It was supposed to be cooked for 3 minutes. She'd cook it for 2. And then she would put a little oil in a pan and fry the noodles so they got a little crisp. And then drop in 2 beaten eggs. And then cook them with it. And it was really good because those noodles had the seasoning infused in them. Well, they took them off the market. Apparently they weren't popular with everybody, as popular as they were to me. And yeah, so we went down to Wajimaya in the Seattle International District, and they had a pack, and my folks did, and they were like, so what do you got that's like this? And they steered him towards Nishin chicken ramen, which was like the first instant noodle that ever came on the market back in 1958. So when I was there, I noticed all the instant noodles that weren't that, all the colors, all the different fancy languages that I couldn't read. I was awestruck, and that's where it all started. That's what really got me fascinated and begin my long journey of romanticizing the noodle. So, and then in 2002, what I wanted to do with my life is I wanted to be a web designer, which I think a lot of people my age did back then. Like, yeah, the web! And I was messing around with it, playing with the HTML and JavaScript and things like that. And I made a few sites with frame sets. You know what I'm talking, cool. If you don't, that's alright. But yeah, I made one called, gosh, I made a few of them. I made the Ramen Raider. Actually, then back then it was just called Ramen Raider. And I used an app called Netscape Composer. It was part of the Netscape Communicator suite. I think that was like version 4.2. And it was basically like an HTML editor that was WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And it worked out great. So I would do my frames with that and do the frame calls and all this stuff. And it was cool. And I just basically made a table. It's like, here's a picture of the noodle. Here's how many stars I gave it. Here's like literally one sentence saying if I liked it or not. That was it. It was really, really minimal. And the whole idea was just going to be something for me if I was going to go to the grocery, an Asian grocery around me, that I could just like pop it up, look at it beforehand, and then maybe like print out a couple pictures of ones or write down the ones that I wanted to get again because I really liked them. Well, and mind you, this is really not, I mean, this is like 2002. I didn't have a smartphone, so I wasn't like hopping on the internet on my phone to try them or check out that site. So, yeah. But anyways, it just kept going and going, and I kept refining it and making my reviews bigger, and then went from just a photo of the pack and not even the noodles that I'd cook, a photo of the pack, to scanning and photographing everything and this and that, and here we are today. This will be review number 4,658? 57? 58? Cheers. Noodles great. Oh boy. Here's one. Here's our broth. Their broths are really quite good. I'm pretty sure there's no animal product in this. Excellent, excellent tonkotsu flavor. I like it. Nice and oily. That makes me happy. I like it oily. So let's beautify this stuff. Yeah, you can get a set. If you're looking at this video and you're also looking at the post for this, I included a link. Hopefully it still works. On Amazon, you can get a set of all the non-export Japanese varieties of these Marutai noodles that are like really, really neat looking. Come on, let's do the comb over. Yeah, it's groovy stuff. Itsuki also makes some really, really class act straight noodle. It's pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna start out with... You're like, what? I got a couple eggs here. These are... This is the 4th review these eggs are going to be used in, but I figure, why not? I got 3 new ones. That were made last night by my lovely Californian wife. It's funny, my buddy Jamie in the UK always mentions his wife as his lovely Scottish wife, so I've taken to calling my wife my lovely Californian wife. And she is indeed lovely. Here's some of my chashu. Am I setting this up for failure? I don't know. Don't get too crazy out there or get bangs and bumps. Here's some mung bean sprouts. It's a very light broth, as you can see. But it's very hearty and rich and tonkotsu-y. We'll do some offsetting of this with some spring onion. I'm not a big fan of the monotone, so I try to make it look better. Yeah, I think just using my fingers works better for this spring onion. Yeah. Some shichimi. And of course, some seeds. Seeds of the majestic sesame tree plant. Where do sesame seeds come from? Has anybody ever figured that out? Has anybody ever seen a baby pigeon? They're not real. Go lay down. Stay out of the trash, you. Alright, well thanks for watching. Yeah, this is an absolutely lovely tonkotsu. And I think this is more of a version for export that doesn't have pork in it. And you might be able to find on Amazon if you look on the post. And if the post isn't out yet, just type in Marutai Marutai variety. That's how you spell Marutai. But yeah, and there's like I think it's like 8 different kinds for like $60. Seems like a lot, but they're really, really top notch. If you want to have a nice tour of Japan in ramen, it's a good way to go. Anyways, this has been Noodles the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye.